you know, when you're back from leave, sometimes you're a bit slow. I'm now trying to get into the groove.
Thank God for your life.
With the movement for change. And Rhoda Ayana, I've known her for a number of years now. And, you know, these ladies do a lot of work for the political parties. And sometimes I just wish that when it comes to getting the appointment, they also would have ideally been. But she used to be with the CPP when I got to know her.
Still with the CPP.
Okay. True Nkrumah, how are you? Good morning to you. Movement for Change.
Thank you.
And you know that Movement for Change is led by Alan Kojo Tremanting, who also broke away from the MPP. But closely seated to her is Ellen Amadekun. Tried to be the women's organizer of the MPP, but I'm sure she'll have a go at it again. The next national elections of the party should be next year, 2026. The last one, I was there as well. And Ellen, how are you? Great, great, great. I love your colors. Yeah, if I should wear this, they'll be tagging me with some alphabet, but don't worry, these are my great colors. And Nanaya Chimpim Jantwa is a regular rider on the show. First time I knew her, she was with the PURC, the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission, well versed in the industry, transitioned to be with COSECA, then General Secretary of the CPP, got herself resigning. Others say she was deposed. There were machinations inside, but I don't know. But now also appointed as a presidential staffer by John Dramani Mahama. It looks like if you're CPP, you can even get post. Right? How are you? I don't know whether John Mahama is doing all-inclusive government or father for all. But I know that the grassroots of the party, they've been telling me they don't like father for all attitude. I don't know, but congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Great, great. Someone I should ask you. So it means that you have access to power. And at the same time, you're in opposition. I don't know. How does it work?
I'm working for Ghana.
We are working for Ghana. The daughter of F.A. Jantwa, please go Google for F.A. Jantwa, was with the Kwame Nkrumah government. And so we'll have some discussion. It's about John Dramani Mahama giving the signs to his ministers. And I already see Dominic Ayeni. We have the finance minister, Dr. Kasiel Atuforsen. I have John Jinapo in the picture as well. Haruna Idrusu, Education Minister, and I know that he quickly paid a visit to the ministry yesterday. Eric Opoku, the Food and Agriculture Minister, and then Governs Kwame Agbuja, also now the Roads Minister, and the watch phrase was that no tolerance for arrogance. Don't be arrogant, and then also disrespect to Ghanaians, not only NDC supporters, but Ghanaians generally. And that's very important. But on the back of that, they're supposed to declare the assets. Well, if you know that you have a hotel in Dubai, please declare it. If you have filling stations, declare, so that the next time we see that you're richer than you are, when we're questioning you, you don't come and make any comments. But what do you make of this warning to the appointees, no tolerance for arrogance, disrespect, etc.? And well, we know how it is, but Adubia, yes. It looks like your appointees are supposed to be well-grounded. And beginning, for many of the times, we tend to see that as well. And I'll give you that first opportunity to make an insert or a comment on this. But let's listen to the man himself, John Dramani Mahama, the president.
I expect all of you to begin the process of declaring your assets. The Chief of Staff will announce the cutoff date by which time all eligible appointees should have deposited their assets declaration forms with the Auditor General. As the ministers are approved by Parliament and as they are sworn in, I'll proceed to name deputy ministers for some of the ministries, which will bring the total ministers to 60, as I promised the people.
And they are not supposed to be boisterous, arrogant, and all that. What are you picking from the ground? They promise to do that because usually, you know, it doesn't happen, at least for our political history.
Thank you so much, and greetings to my sweet ladies here. Auntie Nanaya. I always say that myself, I'm Nana, so when I add the auntie, I feel awkward. Congratulations to you and to the party. You deserve it. you went through a lot when MPP came to government. So I believe that whatever it is, it's not about whether you are NDC or you are CPP. It's because you can serve Ghana well. For all the appointees, I want to say congratulations. At dawn, we saw my own boss, Malik. He's been assigned to YEA. Yeah, I want to say a big congratulations to him. For me, he's a special person to me. I hold him dear to my heart because he's been so supportive since he became a deputy CEO, a communication officer of the party. God bless him so much. And we pray that he will continue to shine and hold high the banner of the party in Ghana. For the appointees, I think the president was right to say whatever he said, because if you look at the outgone government, arrogance became a thing, a daily occurrence or a daily thing in this country. We saw people with ego, people with arrogance, even the way and manner they carried themselves in positions that they were given. You ask questions, the kind of answer you get from them. We saw how journalists were chased in this country. You even don't have any right to even criticize them, the appointees in this country, not to talk of even the head. So we plead with our people, like you said, when you begin an office, it comes with humility, because I don't think this nation or in the party, you are the only one who has, my mother would say, you have the sense or you have the competencies to do whatever you've been tasked to do. We have a lot of people who are equal to the task. But for the fact that you have been chosen or you've been given that endorsement by the party, since we know that it's not only the president who appoints, a lot of things goes into it. It means that people have faith in you. And so we want to plead with them. We want to also encourage them that whatever it is that people saw in them, the appointing authorities saw in them, they should let Ghanaians also see that. The mandate before them is great. It's not a thing of, I am this today, so you want to show off by disrespecting Ghanaians, party faithfuls, whatever it is. People in office should know that it's party that gives birth to government. So without the party or the grassroots, you won't be there. So when you are being called, you send people even congratulations message, they will not even respond to it.
I don't understand. You're already experiencing that?
Oh, I don't want to, I know people, me personally, the messages
Ellen
I've
says
sent.
Lamentations of those in power.
I haven't spoken.
Okay, Ellen hasn't spoken.
She has not spoken. So,
Okay.
no, today
Good behavior.
I beg you. She knows. So, you know, me having experiences, people are complaining though, but you wouldn't pick on those things and say that it's cast across. Maybe, myself, look, when we won the election, you wake up and you can't even read your messages. It's like people are just sending you messages left, right, center. So sometimes it takes time for somebody to even respond to, which is, and we should also understand them. But we pray that humility and, yeah, let me say humility is the underlying word. You accept everybody, any criticism that comes your way, you look into it. Because I'm sure that there's one proverb that says that there's no smoke without fire. So it means that beneath the smoke, there's a little fire there. Look at what is happening. Sometimes you might not know what is happening behind you, because a lot more things happens around us that we might not even have an idea to, especially when you go to these ministries. We have technocrats who have been there over the years. Some might like you, others might not. And you can be sure that there are people who even wish you fail. And people who wish that you do well. So you should listen to both sides and see which one to carry with you, so that you can better whatever you are doing as a minister, as an appointee. So that this guy, look, when we look at the endorsements Ghanaians gave us as a party, we can't fail Ghanaians. We can't be haughty, we can't be bossy around, and we can't be so arrogant when it comes to the positions we are given. Let Ghanaians know that we are here to serve. We are servants. We are servant leaders. And it's not like because I'm up there, I can do whatever and I won't listen to anybody. I can say whatever I want to say. I don't care what happens. Then you should know that you are going to hurt the party and the nation at large. It's not about you as a person. It's about the party. Look at the party first. That's why for me, I'm so happy with the appointment because it's a grassroots something or grassrooted. Because most of these appointees are in touch with the grassroots. They know the party. They know what it is to be in government. Most of them have been there before. Whatever was wrong then, I'm sure they should be able to correct it. Whatever we did wrong, that made us go into opposition for 8 years. They should be able to correct those ones because most of them have been in the ministry they are being taken to, except, let me say, Izina Momo and a very few of them. They have backgrounds to whatever they are doing. So it shouldn't be a case of, I don't even know what happens in this ministry. Don't let people also bully you. Because some of these people you meet there, they can really bully you. You don't know whether they are appointees or they were brought there by the former government or they were there before even the past governments came. And others will want to bully. We have people who are just bullies naturally. They don't want anybody being a boss over them. I have gone into elections before. Some have won, some have lost. People cannot stand you because you're a female.
Really?
Oh, yes. I can't. I remember
complete discrimination.
Yes. I remember when I was going to an election as a vice president of a vice chairman of the constituency. Some of the guys just couldn't support me because they feel
you're a woman.
I'm a woman. Secondly, some of them feel their positions, they will have to work under me. You know, when the chairman is not there, you have to take over. And the fact that I am an executive, I'm coming also as an executive, and a chance you win, I have to work under you. It is not possible. And they were just not comfortable. So some of these things, we are begging them. People who want to bully you, just stand firm. Make sure that you are focused, whatever you've been tasked to do, because things are bad already. And Ghanaians are expecting them. Maybe they will give us 1 year because we have to uproot a lot of things, plants, and make sure that things are properly set. Because when you want to do a research, you have to go back, take out certain things, bring in new. If somebody is there, I don't believe in firing, but if someone is there, you feel, or you can see clearly that this is someone who wants to sabotage me, please fire. And hire.
Okay.
So that at least somebody will not also stand. They are the same people who go and sit home or stand on television, sit on televisions and tell you that you are failed. You didn't do ABCD. We should open our eyes. But humility comes first.
All
Anybody who is humble, God makes you a better person.
Daniel Brasfield already on the stream is saying, look at the nation first before the party. And it looks like it's very important. Ellen, you say that, well, since you're just transitioning out of power, have transitioned out of power, you usually, what's the atmosphere like? What plagues our friends? They get the power and then sometimes 2-3 years down, they live in the same party, then they become different, I have to say in quote, animals.
Good morning to our viewers.
Morning, Ellen.
Good morning to all my sisters here. And congratulations to Auntie Nanaya, as I call her. And right now I would want to ask TV3 and paneling, are we having an NDC rep and a presidential staffer? Is that what we are going to be doing, or this is her last her last appearance as CPP,
You want to start
as former secretary of the CPP.
All right.
So that the next time she comes in as the presidential staffer, and if she comes, the NDC rep would have to stay and come the next time, because it would be very unfair to have two government people debating with us, the opposition. So congratulations to her. I sat right here at this table about 1.5 years ago and asked her to join the NDC. Because when I saw how she was speaking and her campaign and her everything, I actually asked her to actually vie for the position of the women's organizer of the NDC. She was very, very, very furious with me.
Oh, Nania.
Yes, right here.
Why?
Which was one. I mean, at that point, they had just come out of their elections. It is my opening statement. Okay. So now going forward, I would want to know if she has now fully ditched the CPP and has fully joined the NDC. That would help us in our discourse. Because when you come in right now, I'm confused as to why she's even here this morning. Is she here as a CPP former general secretary, or she's
here as a former general secretary?
Oh, okay. So the new appointment hasn't started yet.
Is it your business?
We'll see from next week. Anyway, I would also. Who will come?
You.
Me, I'll come.
It's very much. She's entitled to it.
My party will bring me. So
right.
I'm just asking a general question. I'm just asking general questions.
Your observations are well noted.
Thank you. And then I would also want to send my condolences to the people at Obuasi and the terrible things that happened there, and the people who were buried. I would put the blame fairly and squarely at the doorstep of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Because when his people started misbehaving right after his party members, why? I can't say that's what I want to use my time for. When his party members started misbehaving after seven.
No. Let me be very categorical. Let me be very categorical about this. We have a subject matter under discussion, and I think that for all the decorum that is required, we stick to the subject matter. Indeed, when the incident of the shooting happened, we covered it widely, and so. Yeah, we did.
TV3?
Yes, we did.
I thought on Monday, I heard Kofi Tonto speaking that you guys didn't even speak about it.
That's the opinion of, and that's the opinion of Kofi Tonto, and I thought that, and I thought that Pakwesi should have reacted to that.
And when Ellen wants to speak, he say no.
Because when it comes to even the regional correspondent right here at TV3, I am in charge. No, I'm speaking specifically to this, and I can say very categorically that this was covered by way of the editorial discretion and then the decisions that needed to be made in tandem with the editorial policy of Media General. Okay. And I have to insist again that we have a topic.
You want to curtail what I say?
No.
Exactly. So
you have to say what is within the remit of the topic and the discussion that is on the table.
This is my opening
I never brought this up.
No, you brought what you want us to discuss. These are my opening statements. Let me finish.
Okay.
I mean,
I ask you a specific question.
I would have finished a long time ago if you hadn't interrupted.
I allow opening statements.
I would have finished a long time ago.
Because you went and then went on to Kofi Tonto and then all that. So please go on to the subject matter.
So as I was saying, I'll put the blame squarely at the feet of the NDC and at the feet of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. They should call their people to order. Just 2 days ago, his people at Bole were demonstrating and burning things because he didn't appoint them somebody from their MP as minister. And then there's the whole incident. He has to put his feet down on his party members. He can only appoint as many people at a time. They should understand it and let's move on. But all this is because he refused to call them to order when they were misbehaving. Now on the issues of his appointees, the brand new,
the initial ones,
these ones, already, all of them, every single one of them have been in the ministry or they've been ministers before. Either deputy ministers or ministers. So in this particular list, I don't see anybody who is new at the job of a minister.
There's Mr. Agboja who is new.
He's the only one who is new.
Out of the 6.
And he has even been in parliament for a very long time.
What's your point with this?
So I mean, His Excellency John Mahama doesn't have to caution them. They should know what to do. They have done it before. They've been in the position before. So why does he have to take the president to caution them? It's a reminder, I agree, but I mean, they shouldn't let him waste his breath. There are other younger ones, newer ministers who are coming, that he needs to sit down and talk to them about the nuances of their job. These are old guards, they know what to do, and I don't even expect him to even remind them to go and declare their assets, because all of them have been there before, except, of course, Honorable Abuja, and they can go and declare their assets. What do I expect from them? Since they've been there before, I don't expect them to be arrogant. I think they learned from their lessons since they were all there in 2012 to 2016. These are old hands. And Mr. Mahama himself said he's an experienced man. He's coming in with his experienced group. I don't see what this whole question is about that we have to spend time talking about. They know what they should do. They should do it. They shouldn't let us come and talk about it. They are a younger group, newer group of ministers who are coming up who needs to be taken care of. They need to be guided. And this group of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there are 6 people should be able to guide the new ministers. I don't see why His Excellency is believing the point about them declaring the assets and not being arrogant. They know, so they should do what is right.
Because you didn't answer my question about if you look at your experiences from the
I've answered it.
the
I said
government.
they are
Alright.
old hands. They don't need the MPP's experience. They were there before. They should go and tap into their experience 8 years ago and behave as such.
Rodalyn Ayana. The caution, no tolerance for arrogance, disrespect to Ghanaians. Not only the party or the grassroots, but everybody.
All of us. I'd like to say good morning to our viewers. Good morning also to Mr. Alantra Martin. I haven't seen him for a while because I've been out of town. I wasn't here during the inauguration also. I'd like to extend my congratulations and best wishes to His Excellency Mr. John Dramani Mahama, President-elect of Ghana. Roland, I think that call for decorum is in the right order.
Why?
Because we have just experienced not too long ago what Ghanaians collectively agreed was an arrogant leadership who was not listening to the cries, the pleas, and the sayings and the moans of Ghanaians. So for His Excellency John Mahama to come out to reiterate that these are the things that I do not want you to do. I want you to do the right things, be humble, don't be arrogant, stick to what you're supposed to do. I think it's just a good thing. I'm excited about the appointments as they come in. I'm really excited. I'm excited especially because we found more women coming in from the beginning. We are yet to see from the ministerial appointments whether he's reserving all the deputies for women, because I think for the ministers the women were quite few, but other arms, yes, we found a few women. We've also seen that we are not having this idea of family and friends and cronies so far in his appointments, because that kind of thing, like having family and friends, breeds corruption, nepotism, favoritism, all manner of things that are bad for any democracy. And therefore, I'm happy that this time competence and meritocracy has been used in order to appoint people. Arrogance, even within our own cultural setups, is something that we all abhor. We do not like arrogant people. So I'm expecting that then the people who have been appointed will not suddenly change their phone numbers. They will learn to pick up their calls. They would learn to give people a listening ear. When somebody knocks at your door, you remember that that same person was that one that you went to ask for a vote. So you should at least give the person a hearing. It is not everybody who is coming to probably ask for something because during the campaign people might have been asking for Honorable do something before. Maybe the person has a genuine problem. So you must have a listening ear. I am expecting that they will not all start jumping up to trying to compete with each other with designer clothes, you know, going out for, it's part of those things. People are going, there are certain things that as young people coming in, and I have heard some people come up with the idea that, oh, well, when these people came, they did it. Why can't we do a little bit of it? So people might come out of their way trying to come out with maybe the poshest cars around. People be competing for things. It's a human thing. And especially when you have a lot of young people. So I'm hoping that they will check themselves. They will not go overboard in whatever they're doing. We are not expecting to see what we saw, extravagant birthday parties, wedding parties in the midst of poverty. We would not want to see that. I think that His Excellency John Mahama has, by himself, shown the way. He has proven to be very humble. He's listening, and therefore anyone that is going to work with him should also show those kinds of traits. You know, those traits should be there. You must have those kinds of traits. But it's a human institution. People are born arrogant. People are born saucy. people are born to be sarcastic and everything. People are born not to be serious. You understand? So it is something that each and every one of them will have to work towards. They'll have to work towards perfection, sort of. Because I quite remember during one of the vetings, I think one appointee was reminded or was told that his colleagues found him to be kind of like temperamental, and he accepted, and he said he would work on it. So let's accept our flaws and work on it, instead of us trying so hard to probably live the lives that we've always dreamt of. We are born to serve this country, and therefore we must serve. That's what I have to say. As for the declaration of assets, I don't know why we waste our time letting them declare their assets.
Why?
Because in the first instance, you declare your assets, you send it to the Auditor General, sealed. Ghanaians do not know the contents of those things, that particular envelope. And then after 4 years, you're supposed to go and declare. We are still not aware of what you have put in there, whether you acquired any illicit properties or whatnot. We don't know. So I think that probably we should look at it. So long as you can come to a public vetting where people can ask you very personal questions, you should be able to also let us look into your vetting documents, your assets. You understand? Because let's put it this way. There are young people coming up there, probably they're all in rented premises. Probably what they've written there, we don't know. So how are we going to go and ask them any questions about the acquisition of any properties? In this country, we've had history of people acquiring wealth or acquiring properties in the names of even toddlers and stuff like that. How do we get to know? So I think that this should be a public document. It shouldn't be a hidden document. If you have a house, give us the house number. Everybody should be able, those out there know who lives in this house, who owns this house. Let us begin to be transparent. I don't see why we should hide some of these things. If you can ask somebody at a vetting committee about his shares in a company, about the company he belongs to, where he lives, whether he owns it or he's living in a rented property, then what else is left for you to hide? So you should be able to expose all those things. Let's be transparent. At the end of the day also, after the 4 years, let us know, yes, during my 4 years, I have acquired this property in addition to what I came with. Then we can look at a lifestyle audit maybe and find out whether you were capable of getting that. That will be one instrument that we can use to curtail corruption, which we are all fighting. You understand? So for me, it's a call in the right direction, but there is still a lot more to be done. There has to be some form of transparency for the Auditor General to be able to publish, even though it's gazetted. I don't know how one is able to go and fish out a gazetted document, unless probably there is an investigation going on or something. But it shouldn't be so. We should be able to just look through it and know that this person has this property, so the person doesn't come and tell us that I had this.
It's very important and instrumental that you say this, because if we take a look at what usually is the communication based on the specific schedule, the Schedule 1 of the Public Office Holders, which is the Declaration of Assets and Disqualification Act, 1998, you will find that apart from the President going down to the ministers, well, ideally supposed to be having the Chief Justice, the other officers, ambassadors or high commissioners,
Governor of the bank,
even the Secretary to the Cabinet,
exactly,
all the ministerial head, the head of a ministry or government department, or equivalent office in the civil service, chief directors, etc. And then the governor, the electoral commission bosses, their deputies, the various independent bodies as well, their heads, the head of chancery at the various
all the Article 71 people,
presidential staffers.
Yes, all of them. So
The
Nanaya will have to go and
officer of the rank of Assistant Inspector of Taxes and above in the Ghana Revenue Service, officers of the Police Service, officers of the Prison Service, DCEs, that's MMDCEs.
Exactly.
Presiding members and then secretaries of the various MMDCs, the Chairman Public Services Commission and their deputies.
Yeah.
We don't seem to adhere to that.
No, we don't.
So how should this John Mahama Nana Genopoku Agyemang government be held to that strict proof?
I read that it's something that if you don't comply, you can be punished. There's a punitive measure for it. So I am saying, let us know, publish those who have filled in their forms and presented. But go further, we must have legislation of some sort that will enable us to look into those assets. We have to be able to look into those assets because look, at this moment, there is something called oral going on. People are brandishing all sorts of things and saying this house belongs to this person has this number of cars, this person has that. And these are public officers that are being accused of having amassed this kind of wealth. What did they put in their documents, in their asset declaration? What was there? Their living office, what have they put in there as well? Have they captured all these assets that we are being told allegedly belong to them? So I am of the view that I am sure that most of these people that have been listed, do not even probably fill any form. But this time round, I expect the president to put his foot down, let each and every one of them fill that form. And if there is any way for us to authenticate whatever they have written there, not that I will put a house, meanwhile hoping that I will build a house. No, the house must be on the ground. We've had situations where we were told that some people filled forms for the future, hoping that they would build a house. So they say, I have a house. But let's see into those documents. What exactly do you have? If you don't have a house, that's fine. It is not beyond anybody to go and build a house. Maybe you got a loan or you did whatever. But if we start to do that, people will not dip their hands and their fingers into the public purse.
So you. The asset declaration. And then also for all of you not to be intolerant, arrogant, and disrespectful. How should that be done? As quickly as possible, drawing from experience.
Why as quickly as possible? You allowed everybody to speak. Don't do as quickly as possible.
No, it's part of the question. It's not about timing you.
Roland, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to your cherished viewers. And good morning to my sisters here.
Good morning.
I use this opportunity to thank everybody who has congratulated me. My phone has been inundated with calls, and I'm so grateful for the people of Ghana, grateful to God, grateful to media general, my friends, those who criticize, Roland, my dearest friend and darling. I mean, everybody, Auntie Rodaline, stubborn Amma. Everybody.
You didn't mention my name.
Yes, I was coming to look at how she turned. I woke at Kelly. I woke at Kelly and everybody. And I also thank His Excellency John Dramani Mahama for and the Chief of Staff and everybody at the presidency. You see, Roland, you see, I'm a bit quiet. I mean, before I start, I also want to tell Ellen that she should understand, if she does not understand what the CPP is, she shouldn't say the things that she's saying.
Now, why are you a CPP and you've been appointed into government?
Let me finish. You see, Auntie Rodaline is with the movement for revolutionary change. But she says she's CPP.
Movement for change.
Yes, did you get me? For us, right? For us.
The Nkrumahs.
That's what Nkrumah is for. I mean, but there are even people who are in NPP who are in Nkrumah. I speak to them, who are CPP. Originally. And still they are. CPP is not, it is not just a political party.
I think Kwabena from Pomboatin easily comes to mind.
Yes, it is a calling. It is a calling to Ghana.
Nkrumahism is a calling.
Yes, it's a calling. It is not a political ideology. It's a calling. So once you are a member of the CPP, it is Ghana for you. And we can't interrogate the hearts of men, but if you interrogate the hearts, if we could interrogate the hearts of every Ghanaian, most Ghanaians, most leaders who have passed through, even her own flag bearer, you see CPP written in there.
Which flag bearer?
The one who just your Ray Nancy. So
Dr. Mahmoud Baumia.
As so pleasing. So the point is that, and I also want to say that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and the NDC, they are not introverted like the NPP. That they bring on board people, and that is their tradition. If you look at PN, Hichi didn't live through PNDC. Those of us who lived through PNDC, Rawlings gathered different people to work with him. My father was CPP, he worked with...
You cannot be entirely right. During the Kufuor administration, there was Malam Issa.
I'm coming.
There's Malam Issa, there's Moses Daniba.
Kufuor is a different one.
Kufuor is MPP.
No, please, I'm referring to them.
And then there was the famous Dr.
So what
Papakwesi.
So even if we go there,
CPP.
Yes, he came.
Originally.
Yes, he
even went to form his own movement.
No. He became a flag bearer. Have you forgotten?
Yes, I know that.
So what she
Frimpong
said,
also contested.
Yes, her argument is flawed, but she's my daughter, so let's leave it at that. The point is that
I haven't said that.
I said it is okay. I am telling you that CPP is in us. No matter what it is.
That is all
Please, I'm telling you that you cannot say, because you don't understand the ramifications of what CPP is. You see, the point is that, my dear, you see, I'm quiet about all these things everybody is saying. I worked in the public service for 27 years. That seat of a minister, a chief of staff, a president, you go there not with any arrogance.
Please continue.
You go there not being arrogant. You go there not with any intolerance, disrespect. Do you understand? You go there with no disrespect to people. But the system, sometimes the system would make you do some of the things, because the people around you will make you aggrandize you. Do you understand? Make you feel that you are the all in all. Like somebody will tell you, hey, honorable minister, you have to take all the decisions, don't mind them. And this is an advice coming from somebody who has stayed in that ministry for a long time. Honorable minister, these people who have come to see you, they come here too much. This is not the party. Let them go to the party. The party headquarters, why do they come here? So with time. So if you are also not, the word is not come, but if you are not a very level-minded person, then you fall into it. These are some of the landmines and the traps that you find at the ministries, departments, and agencies. So if you do not have that experience, then you fall into that trap. I think it is a good call, and naturally, you as a person should also know that Ghanaians have voted for me and have come thus far. They have to be very, very, it is not easy, especially for those who've never been there before, because you have a lot of requests. People will come to you with loads of requests. You need to find a way to navigate through it. You need to find a way to do it nicely. Like yesterday, I was walking around, a certain woman came to me and said she heard my name and her daughter had a certain aggregate, which is not good enough, but has managed to get into a school, but she wants to be a science student. I told her bluntly that, madam, your daughter has a good school. If she wanted to be what she wants to be, she should have learned to get a certain grade in a very nice way. Do you get me? So these are some of the times that we also have to be blunt. But you see, there's a higher calling of making Ghana great again.
There's a higher calling
of making Ghana great again.
Which is?
Which is to change the trajectory of events of where we are today.
How do we change that?
By working hard, by not being selfish, by not being greedy, by putting time to it. And saying, you see, whoever has been given a responsibility, you should run Ghana like our business. That this business belongs, the business Ghana is mine, is my own. Because you see, I will link it to Trump's deportation act that he has signed. For me, it's a bit pathetic. For me, it's a bit disgraceful. Because I saw the list, and Ghana was about the highest, one of the highest. 6,000 people to be deported. Why so?
Who live without the right documentation in the United States, affected by the new act.
It's the new act. Illegal immigrants. Typically, when you look at the base, the support base of these economies, the G20s, mostly is from Africa. Do you get me?
And Asia.
And Asia. The support base is from Africa.
In terms of those who do the hard work for them to thrive.
Yes, for them to thrive. And even our resources. We have gold. They take it in raw form. We have cocoa, diamond, everything they take it in raw form. Manganese, everything, oil, everything. So their support base is Africa. And why is it that we have all these resources in our country and we let people go and become slaves? Because you see, these 6,000 people, if actually they are going to be deported, they will put them in deplorable detention camps before they are brought down to their countries. And no Ghanaian should suffer that disgrace. Today I said that I want to see a day that I'll pass by the American Embassy, I'll pass by the British High Commission, I'll pass by the Canadian High Commission and see that there are no queues or less queues, so that our young people would not go do menial jobs, disgraceful jobs. Some jobs that are so menial that, I mean,
they pay better than being a journalist even in Ghana. So what do you call it?
So I am trying to say that we have to reset our country good enough that you will be paid well. Because it is not easy, the kind of jobs that they do, it is not easy to get even $1 per hour, $2 per hour, $3, $4, $5. And at the end of the day, after you have done everything, the system will take away your money. It goes into rent, into food, into transportation, gas that you will buy. So that for the ministers who have been appointed, their focus should be on how they will help the president to reset this nation. Do you get me? They should, wherever they find themselves, wherever everybody finds themselves, they should be able to do that, to work to reset. And they should be very mindful of landmines that will be laid down for them.
Which are the landmines?
I spoke about some of them. Normally, these landmines that they put across for you are financial, are incentives, privileges that you might not, I mean, like you might not be even entitled to, or you could even let it go. But the system where you work would encourage you that you can do this, you can do that, you can do that. And at the end of the day, they sell you out. So they should be very mindful that they are going into a place where, I mean, some people were there and they also have their people still around, and that they have to be careful. So in their mind, they should be alert. They should be very, very circumspect and set their eyes on the ball. When it comes to asset declaration, I always ask the question.
You're supposed, by the way, the list,
yes,
declare your assets.
I'm there. So I asked myself that it's a good thing, but we shouldn't always think that because somebody has assets, it means the person was corrupt.
I don't understand.
Yes. I am saying that the fact that somebody has assets doesn't mean that the person is corrupt. Roland, I learned something in public service. I have, not even in public service, in my life, I have learned to save. I've learned to save, and I've learned not to be extravagant. I've learned to live within my means, and I believe that everybody should learn that. You see, the money that we waste, the money that we throw away, Roland, sometimes, I'm not negating corruption, but sometimes if you even look at the money that we throw away on frivolous things, and you even put those things together, a man taught me that if you drink one beer at a time, I don't know how much a beer is, but he said that if you drink a bottle of beer,
okay, She knows the price.
Yes, at the time.
We have a spot. I don't drink.
And now,
You mean you own a pub?
My mom.
Your mom owns a pub, so you're into the retail.
I don't know. Yeah.
at that
Your family.
My mom.
She knows the price. 15 Ghana cedis for a beer.
So
Today I think I'm looking for trouble for myself.
if you
I'm
drink,
going to say another thing again.
if you drink,
Why? They are on you on social media?
Yes,
All right, that's okay.
if you drink a beer a day, if you drink a beer a day, 15 cedis times 7, that will buy you maybe a bag of cement a week.
I don't understand. People shouldn't get tipsy.
No, I am saying that you have to look. I'm just trying to tell you that you have to look at, I mean, how you can save. You don't have to drink a beer every day. And when you go, you buy for your friends as well. You sit down. If you don't have a house, you go sit, buy for your friends, and you enjoy yourself. But look at that cost and save it. I'm just opposing it against that. If somebody has assets, it's not always that it is true corruption. So we need to really dichotomize the two. If somebody comes into government and they fill this form and they have one house and they are living and they have 4 houses, that one you have to question. Say, how did it happen? But if somebody comes and gets one house and when the person is leaving they have another one house, you have to question, but you have to also see that maybe they save their money. There's some distraction on this table. they save their money and they were able to build a small house. I also always ask the question, the asset declaration, does it also include properties that your parents left for you?
I don't understand. Are they your assets?
I just want to find
Are
out.
they your assets?
If
If you have an asset bequeathed to you, that's your
It's your
asset.
asset.
Yeah, okay.
That's the point. So I'm saying,
Do you have lots of those properties? Or you are making general instances?
I'm making general
She
instances.
has to declare her assets. So
That's why I'm asking the question.
I mean, I'll declare even my ring.
Your ring.
Yes, my shoes.
Okay.
All my platforms.
Okay.
Everything. Do you get me? I will declare my shoes, my clothes, everything. I'll put it on the phone. My phones, my everything. You understand?
You have nothing to hide, you
No,
say?
no, but serious. But I needed some clarity. That, for instance, you are given an asset with your siblings. How do you declare that together with this? I don't know. Maybe I'll ask the questions later on.
declaring just as lawyers. They should.
Do you get
You're
me?
the owner.
Do you get me?
If you co-own,
If you so I just wanted some clarity on this. But me, asset declaration is good. But I also don't want us to see always that if somebody has assets, it is what? It is corruption. People work hard to gain certain things. People have certain you have your priority. Yeah. You have priorities.
please bring us some water.
You have priorities, right, in your life. So it will not be very good enough if you say that if somebody has a house here, a house there, it is. We have to also look at the person's background. What kind of work has the person done? What kind of work is the person doing? Sometimes even what kind of family does the person come from? It is key that you look at all these things before we start saying that people who have certain properties are corrupt. It is very important we don't just label people as corrupt because they have assets. It's good to have an asset, but you have to get the asset in a very legal manner.
Right. And going forward, we know that also dovetails into our second subject of the president who so far, for his foreign trips, especially just within the sub-region, using a jet belonging to the brother, the Jata jet. And the question is it appropriate for him to do so, even though it's at no cost to the state?
Yeah, please, but Roland, can I make somebody is doing something to me on social media. let me clarify things before it gets out of hand. And it's Ama's people.
What?
Just mention his name.
I'm sure he's watching.
Which
Just mention his name.
But he was a presidential staffer.
And so,
So I don't know.
if something wrong, tell him.
Is it not your
What has your people done to some of our people?
You are here.
So if you have
I beg, they shouldn't misrepresent him.
So just mention so
What's the name? I think I've taken. His name is Justice A. Newton of Fair.
that's all. So say it as it
He shouldn't misrepresent me. Justice. Somebody should tell me if maybe he's left his set. He shouldn't misrepresent me. I don't want trouble this morning.
So what are you disassociating yourself from?
I didn't say that appointees are not picking our calls.
Okay.
I said that they should pick calls, like the president is saying. They should be humble enough to pick people's calls. And I even added that at a point, messages will come to the point that you can't even respond. So people should even bear with them or with us. So that when messages come or you have calls and it's not being responded to, it's not like the person doesn't want to do.
Okay.
But because a whole lot of things are going on. Auntie Nana is here. When you get an appointment, me myself, who didn't get that appointment, I can tell you, even as yesterday, I was in town when I left City TV. You can imagine the calls just because Auntie. I'm not Auntie Nana.
Okay.
But people were calling, yes, because at least last week people saw the two of us, so people were like, "Hey, you were on set with her." So I beg them. Some of the calls, if they are not, I didn't say that. I'm telling Newton, he should go and delete that post because the kind of things going on that, and he should apologize to me. I didn't say that. If he's now free and he's home, he should find something to do. He shouldn't use our words for that.
Everybody knows he's lying.
The jet, sir.
The jet, for me, I don't see anything wrong with it.
The response is that it's at no cost to the state.
It has no cost anyway. So why are we crying as a nation? Or I'm sure it's the MPP who is doing this. What is their problem? We had a presidential jet that the old man said then it was not usable. He couldn't sit in it. He needed a shower to take Sewa Broni and co. Fly.
What is she talking about?
Bath.
She wants to go that way.
No, I will go that way because it was a flight that he refused to use.
Call her to order. Otherwise,
no, because they've made me angry. Seriously.
No, relax.
Don't let one they can go and post it.
Don't let the heat of the moment and you having a pent-up feeling about the comment on social media.
How many times did the president use our private jets?
Please. So relax it.
Did the former president use the private
the mentioning
jet?
of names
did the former president, Nanadu, use the private jet, the presidential jet? Did he use it? How many times did he use it?
Okay.
And for whatever reason, did he not use it? So why are they forcing someone to use it? How many hidden cameras have we discovered in the Flagstaff house?
How many?
67.
Over 67 and counting. So it means that more can be discovered or more may be discovered. We don't know what is happening there. So do we know the condition of that flight? If the former president refused to use it, why is it that they want the current president to use it? Is there an agenda? Is there any hidden thing that Nitiwul is not telling us? Why didn't he force his president, then, the former president, then to use it?
As far as I know, Nitiwul says the jet is okay, so it can be.
It's okay. Why didn't he tell the former president that the jet was okay? So he should use it. You don't understand. You should understand me, Roland. The jet was okay. And it's okay now. But the former president didn't use it. But you want the current president to use it. For whatever reason, the former president refused to use that jet. We are not using it for now. At least we should make sure that anywhere the president will sit, anywhere he will sleep, anywhere he will stand and do anything officially for the nation, and even as a private citizen, we have to be sure that he's secured. His security is not under threat and anything. If over 60 hidden cameras can be found in the is it Jubilee House or Flagstaff House, then we should know that a lot of things are going on that we can't be sure of. And if by God's grace, his own brother has a private jet, his own brother, blood related, this is not.
But he's in public office,
so
the time that his own brother was when he was.
So he should go and sit in that office with cameras hidden.
So the official response is that there's an assessment ongoing.
Of course.
Until
Everything is set that we are okay that the president can use the jet. He can go to his office wherever he's supposed to go.
But he's still operating from his personal office, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Wherever he can sit to be sure that our security as a nation is not compromised, then we can now go back. Because I don't know why Nitiwul is crying over this. All of a sudden, a president for 8 years or for 4 years decided not to use a jet. Then somebody comes into office within a month, you are forcing him. He should tell us what he's hiding or what he knows that we don't know as Ghanaians. Then we can also tell our presidents, this is what they are saying. We are not using it, so we are sure.
Okay.
If possible, for whatever reason they refuse to use it, then they should get a new one. Okay. But the man is not even complaining. He's not asking the state because he knows where the economy is now. We are in a place that we can't even afford to be buying things for personal use and all that. Though he's in public office, he had decided to use his own personal things. If my brother has a car and I'm using it, today I came with a cousin's car to this place. Is it wrong? The most important thing is I get to wherever I'm going and I get back. Is that not it?
All right.
But why are we doing this to ourselves as a people? It's like this micro minority, whatever. They always want to be heard. They always want to make noise, especially these new wannabes in parliament. When I see them behind the camera making all those press conferences, I say, for what? They want to be heard, or they want to be seen that they are also in parliament and all. They are people.
It's their right.
What kind of rights? Were we not in this country when they decided not to see evil?
Speech,
when they decided not to hear evil?
An assembly is enshrined.
Now micro minority can hear.
In
they
the
can
1992
see
Constitution
in this country. For us, we will not chase anybody from this country. We're here when Manasseh Azuri ran out of this country because of his life. So this time around, we have decided we won't do it. So they can speak. But they should make sure that whatever they are saying is for the good of this nation, not that they want to be heard. Who will even accept the fact that you refuse to sit in this chair, you want me to sit? Was the president not carrying his chair around? Did anybody stop him? Now, when he was going for inauguration, I was surprised he didn't take his chair. So what happened?
That's another thing
Ellen,
discussion.
Yeah.
What's your response to this? Because the Dominic Nitiwul says, oh, you can use it. They also say they are just 16 days in office. An assessment is being undertaken. And so if a jet is available from the assets of the brother, why not use it?
In his statement yesterday, Honorable Dominic Nitiwul also said that the presidential jet went for servicing in France, and in the last 8 months of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's term, he used that jet. He also did mention that His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo never used any private jet in his internal trips around Ghana, just like His Excellency John Mahama is using. But then I also believe that the NDC also has a right to go for the jet to go for evaluation before the president uses it. So the question should be the timelines. When is the presidential jet going to be ready? And when would he start using it? Because according to the immediate past defense minister, the jet is okay. There's nothing wrong with it. Now, on the issue of the president using his brother's what do we call it? His brother's jet. And the fact that the NDC is now telling us that it is at no cost to the state. Isn't that what Mr. Felix Ufusukwache said? That it is no cost to the state. Let me just remind all of us and Ghanaians that if it's at no cost to the state, then it means it is a gift and it is a grant. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is president of Ghana. And according to our laws, when a public official, and he is a public official number one, is granted or given a gift or a grant, it should be declared in the budget of the agency. So we are expecting that when the budget is read, the office of the president, is that the agency, Office of Government Machinery, will disclose the cost of the gifts. So in this case, the gifts of the presidential jet by his brother, they should disclose it, because that's what our law says. That when you're a public official, especially a public official at this stature, and you are given gifts, it doesn't matter whether it is your blood brother, whether it is your sister, it is your mother, it is your child. It is a gift. They said that the people of Ghana are supposed to bear the cost of His Excellency's travels. Now you are telling us that it is at no cost to us. So we assume that it is a gift. His brother, Mr. Ibrahim Mahama, is gifting him. Before he became president, that was a family arrangement. But immediately he became president, he now works for us. And so if somebody is gifting our president the gift of a presidential jet to use, the cost should be put into the office of government machinery. Secondly, the last time that a gift was given to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama in his term, it turned out to be a Ford exhibition car. We realized that it was gifted on the basis of a road that was being controlled. What the name of the gentleman was Kanuzwe or something, and he gifted His Excellency a car. He gifted government a car, and it was in relation to a contract that he had received. So we are also asking, are we sure that these gifts that his brother is gifting him, it is not in lieu of certain contracts that he can enjoy? And those are things that we should. I'm not being. I'm just asking. Those are things that we should ask our president, because you cannot come and tell me that we are supposed to take care of you. You have been president before. When you were president, we were taking care of you. You went on travels on our budget, on our money. Now all of a sudden there's a problem with the presidential jet, as you are saying. So you have to get it evaluated before you use it. And your brother is gifting you his private jet to move around. According to our laws, you should declare your gifts. Declare the gift. How much did it cost us? And what other connotations might come behind it? Maybe your brother is doing it for what? Humanitarian. He's your brother, so he wants to do it. But you still have to declare.
But that's the official response.
And that is why I'm saying that it doesn't matter what the official response is.
Just purely based on.
The last time we checked, somebody gifted him a car, and it turned out to be a contract. The last time he was in power, just a few days before he left office, if you have remember when I'm talking about John Dramani Mahama, government number 1. That was when the bauxite concessions were given to his brother. So we have to ask a few questions. This gift, this grant that his brother is giving him, does it come with any strings attached? Or it is? And
that's why he should declare it.
That's why he should declare it. But you just cannot come and tell us that because it is his brother, it is at no cost to the state. Mr. Mahama is not a private citizen.
Right.
He's the president of Ghana. We are supposed to pay for his travel. So if his brother is helping out, he should let us know how much it will cost.
Madam Ro.
I think that there's nothing wrong with the president using his brother's.
If he had been Nana Akufo-Addo, whose brother had given him a jet, he would not have had years in this country. But because it is John Mahama,
it is at no cost to the state. And for security reasons, it is good.
Now, because he's been in office just 16 days.
Yes.
And doing evaluation of the car.
Exactly. Okay. Meanwhile, that jet has to go for servicing and all the other things before his security advisors will then tell him that it's okay to use the jet. For Little to say our president never used 8 months out of 8 years was what he used, where he used the jets, our presidential jet, for internal trips. But then I want to ask, Alan is talking about a gift, that for the fact that John Mahama is using his brother's jet, it could be referred to as a gift. Was it a gift when we gave our presidential jet to George Weah of Liberia?
I don't understand.
George Weah of Liberia did not have an aircraft. We gave our aircraft to take him from one place to the other. Was it a gift? Was the president then expecting, was President Akufo-Addo expecting anything by way of contract or any favors? Or at the end of it, did President Akufo-Addo come and tell us what costs were incurred when we gave that jet to George Weah of Liberia? Let us be very, very, what shall I say, structured in the way we analyze some of these things. In the first place, we had a president where there are so many chairs in the Jubilee House, so many chairs everywhere, but he imported a chair that had a whole V8 allocated to it, moving around.
I don't understand.
President Akufo-Addo had a special chair that was being moved around this country in a V8, an air-conditioned V8. Nobody complained about it. Even as he's left, we don't know whether he's taking it or it is public property, because if it's public property, it needs to go to the museum. Probably he didn't feel comfortable sitting on the chair, and that was why he decided to make his own chair. And therefore, if His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is not comfortable with our jet as it is right now.
Well, the critics are insisting
that
well and good, but according to the Code of Conduct for Public Officers, and appropriately, Ellen puts the phrase, he is the topmost. So just declare it.
Declare what?
That I'm being gifted a gift, a service.
It has not been gifted to him. He has been using that same jet around.
When he was not president.
Whether he was president or not, but at the end of the day, we saw a president who left that presidential jet and said it was even like the sittings were so short for his legs. He wanted a shower in it. He wanted all manner of things in it. At the end of it, he had his own way. He chartered the most expensive according to African standards. But we didn't see anything wrong with that. And he used those same jets to travel the world. Did we talk or not? Did he mind us? So this is even coming closer home. This is a brother. He has given the jet to him. He has not built any state agency that this is what. Maintenance is on him. Crew is on him. Fuel is on him. So if it is a gift, okay, there are still early days yet. He has not finished using the gift. When he finishes using the gift, he will make an invoice and send it to government for you to be aware that his brother has granted him a jet and this is how much it costs, and therefore it must go to state coffers.
This matter, is it contentious or not?
Can your brother kill you?
No.
Your brother loves using it.
Usually it's rare.
What is it? Cain
King Abel, the story in the Bible. That's the direct response.
No,
Cain killed his brother.
No, I said, will your brother kill you?
Muhammad,
Under normal
Why is it that
circumstances.
when I'm talking,
Please, let's, ladies, let's, yeah.
will your brother kill you?
Cain killed his
Under
brother.
normal circumstances, no.
Under normal circumstances, no. Cain and Abel, it was envy that ended it. You see, we are talking about a gift. You see this phone of mine? You say now I should declare everything. This phone was bought for me by
Your sister.
no
I've known you, many of your things, your sister gives it to you.
my daughter.
Your daughter. Is it a computer or?
It's not a computer,
Very beautiful.
It's a phone.
Please declare it.
I'll declare it. It was given to me by one of my daughters on my birthday. It's a gift. It stays with me. My daughter didn't say that the phone that she has given to me, auntie, use it for maybe 3 days, 4 days, and I'll come for it. He said, here, take. The jet that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is using is not a gift. It's a stopgap measure, a temporary occupation and usage.
Stop.
Gap measure.
Gap.
Measure.
Measure.
A temporary occupation and usage.
Temporary
Occupation and usage.
occupation
And usage.
and usage.
Yes. Anytime Mr. Ibrahim Mahama wants that jet for his own rounds, he can come for it. So it is not a gift. So I hear people saying, I'm not a lawyer, but I hear lawyers saying you should pay gift tax. It is not a gift. You see, the brother has seen the. So where is that jet? The Ghana one. Where is it? If it is available and it is sitting and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is not using it, then you can say that he has abandoned the official one and using a private one. So, it is at no cost. When His Excellency John Dramani Mahama went to Kumasi for the Akwesi Day, he took the jet. Do you get me? He went with people. Granted that they were going to take hour or passion, they would have to buy air fares for those people. and it is not cheap to get a ticket by air, travel by air. So it's also of a convenience now as we stand. The MPP was not ready to see a defeat, so they did business as usual. Because they were just renting jets to travel around, they didn't really care about the fact that whether the official jet is there or it is not. So they just, I think, maybe left it somewhere and forgot about it. So this one, we should be grateful to Mr. Ibrahim Mahama.
Okay, we're grateful.
We should be grateful.
The argument is that
I am saying
he's
that
gifting you a service.
He's not
jet.
gifting anything. He is helping us out. We should be grateful to Mr. Ibrahim Mahama for giving his jet to his brother to use for Ghana. This is somebody who loves this country. We should stop doing that. We should stop doing that. Enough. If somebody is a Ghanaian, that is his brother. So because he's a president, he no longer has family. If I use this Kwame's car, so I should go and yes, my brother. Do you get me? He is not. You say he's not bringing. Do you know what?
I'll give them jets.
Please.
No, please. Let's have a conclude, please.
Please, the two arguments are different. You have somebody who always had about 55 people out of his family in government. Ellen, please don't misbehave. You are going off board. No, you are going off board.
No, it's okay, please.
Please, they are talking about a situation where Nanado had about 55 members of his family in government. We are talking about nepotism. This is different from somebody who says that I want to help my brother. Because if, for instance, if Ibrahim didn't offer his jet, we were going to rent a jet for him. We are going to rent a jet for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Do you get me? We were going to do that at the cost on the payroll of Ghana. And now this money has been saved. I do not think that Mr. Ibrahim Mahama is going to say that his brother should pay back the use time.
Actually, he's been using it for.
Even when he was.
I think I've seen the entourage of Menshia use it.
Yes, yeah. I'm telling you that
that's the Jetta jet.
But most people use the Jetta jet, like in high places. And he doesn't complain. So why should his brother use it and today is a problem?
I don't understand.
I'm saying that you are saying that Menshia even use it. I don't know about this one. But
I'm telling you.
Okay, so today
there are videos even around.
Okay, today his brother is using it. So on tuning soon on for bohanship. Is that what you are saying? On tuning soon your intestines. It's in there. That is what is doing everything in your body for you mostly. You should throw it out and bring in something else. That is his brother, for Christ's sake, and he's helping. If we don't want him to help, then we should all agree that we are going to rent a jet.
Well, Ellen asked a specific question, and I thought that was a very prudent question. Is it in lieu?
It's mystery.
In lieu of what?
Well, you never know.
No, I'm saying the man has not brought an invoice. The man who was the man has not brought an invoice that office of the president pay ABCD for the use of the jet by my brother. There was no pre-contract or a contract to the effect that as my brother uses this jet, you pay time use, you pay fuel, you pay maintenance. He has not asked for it.
Right.
Do you understand? The fact that his brother has a jet, does it make it wrong? This is what I was talking about. His brother is hardworking. Everybody knows what Ibrahim does. Ibrahim is not, we know what he does, and not today. Who goes explain to you? No. Two people are disturbing.
Just wrap up so that.
Do you get me? So the point, my thoughts are being There's so much.
You think it's deliberate, eh?
Yeah. So the point is that I don't think there's even, we shouldn't even spend airtime
discussing it.
There are more important things to discuss. There is a virus that has killed 8 people in Tanzania.
Yeah.
We are quiet about it. We don't know the trajectory. We don't know where this virus is flying from. And we are talking about jets. You see me, if there's something wrong with the jet, they are looking at it. If the jet is okay, why did at a point, I think 2022, the MPP government came and said that they want to buy a new jet? Have you forgotten? Yes, I even wrote a statement on it. That they were going to buy a new jet. So if this jet is it the same Gulfstream that Rollins bought, or is another Gulfstream? No,
that's another one.
Okay, if the Gulfstream, there's a problem with the Gulfstream, we should all look at it. What is the lifeline of that Gulfstream? Has it exceeded this lifeline? Or is within? Can we sell and add money to maybe get a brand new one? We should look at all this. The president's travel is key. He has to be safe. Every president has to be safe, but not at a high expense.
All right. Money, thank you for always watching and then giving us message. Imelda Nasser, great as well. Ali Sabit, that's Schofield. And then Neo Date Mills also says that, we make the show quite interesting. Nelson, yes, to talk, good morning to you as well. And I see your messages. The things you are writing, so I can't be reading everything.
Can I give a birthday?
This name, how do they? Gregory Isaac. Okay. So Gregory Esiedu, good morning to you, and thank you for your message as well. I see it. Nicholas Kanda, I wish you all the best for the day. Thank you for those messages as well, and for all those who tend to send us messages and share the stream. We're grateful. We're hoping that you follow the channel throughout, especially when we're having the vetting and then we're streaming, we're showing it live as well. But let me just also come to the mainstream, read a couple of the messages. This one is coming from Kafu Yaudo. Good morning to you. You say that, let it be on record that even MPP and their appointees at the time used the Jata jet but did not declare any gifts. Is Madam Ellen saying that the law applies to only NDC and the same does not apply? We all know that Ibrahim Muhammad Katakrot has been working in Ghana for the number of years as we can count. Money Niman, the same thing that the MPP did when Ibrahim Muhammad wanted to do the Odo River for us for free. And later they spent $43 million and ended up, you said bedroom. I won't read that one. Please be very decorous in your comments. It's morning TV. Especially Money. Nathaniel, good morning to you. I wish you all the best. Can you be straightforward with us? Look, we are in a country where we have done DDEP just during the vetting of the new roads minister, Gavin Sakboja. We're told that contract in excess of 100 billion is what has been issued and owed. What are you talking about? Tell the mini minority that they need to stop giggling when Nanaya is commenting. Kwame Siedu is giving us this message from Kwabi Brim. Good morning to you. For all those who are in Kwabi Brim watching TV3, we have to be straightforward. What is good for the goose is also good for the gander. The reality is that we are watching with keen eyes. When Nanado, because of security issues, was made to rent jet for his worldwide travels, hell broke loose in Ghana. So what are we talking about? All right. BT Sly says,
it's not renting.
BT Sly says that Madam Ellen is talking the way she's talking because of the 38% effect. BT Sly, that's what. And then also Asari, good morning to you. Asari says, Charlie, Las Vegas they fit you power. Welcome back. I think maybe Ghana. All right. Okay. And then Owusu Ansa from Edrisu says, tomorrow is pregnant. One day Posterity will judge the Akufo-Addo government. Dr. Kofi Assegbefia, good morning to you. I hope that you rested well enough. 24/7 election reportage. Can Madam Ellen stop all that she's doing? It's irritating. Who has done what when she's speaking? And then also we have many more as well. Well, Matilda, thank you for your incisive contributions as well. Wishing you all the best for the day. Great lady. Thank you, ladies. Welcome to your new appointment.
Let me wish my daughter.
And then also, Dubia, thank you as well. Yes, your daughter. Thank you.
One of my daughters,
Ellen.
Florence Akuno. God bless her so much. She's been so loyal and faithful to me since we met in Gimpa. God bless her. Today is her birthday.
You went to Gimpa?
Happy. Yes.
An alumni.
Happy birthday.
You said who sent you that message? So you corrected the message?
He's also done to Nanaya. Go to Facebook.